Manchester United were handed a 2-0 defeat yesterday to Burnley, the first time since 1962 that Burnley have managed to walk away from Old Trafford with a win. This is Manchester United's worst points tally after 24 games in 30 years.
And somehow they're fifth.
And somehow they're fifth, and somehow Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is still employed. We are going to bring in Gary Bailey, ex-Manchester United goalkeeper, because, Gary, we have to know your thoughts. Is it time to sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Well, Gabby, first I've got to show you my shirt. It's in solidarity with all Man United fans who are suffering, and it is black because we're in mourning. But to answer your question, I'm sure he will get sacked at some stage, but there is one signing this club have to make before they do anything else, and that is the sporting director. For the simple reason is you can't keep blaming managers. It's been Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, and then it's been players. And we've spent money on Lukaku, and then we've sold him. We've paid Alexis Sanchez a fortune, and we don't want him. So what's missing? And even the CEO, Ed Wood, was doing a great job commercially. But what's missing is that link up. It's almost like if you say the coaching staff are the defense and the players are the strikers, the sporting director is the midfield. He pulls it all together. And right now we have no midfield. We've been outplayed by City at home, given a lesson. Liverpool walked all over us, and even Burnley at home can beat us. Gabby, what the hell? I mean, I'm done with this. That's why I'm wearing black. I'm finished, and it's time for change.
Now, you point out what Manchester United are missing, but the matter of the fact is that the board continues to support Ole. Why?
Well, up until recently, I think there was a chance that maybe he was still going to make this happen. You know, remember we had that fantastic sort of victory against Spurs and City in the space of a week just before Christmas. And we thought maybe it's going to come right. But this was the crunch time. You know, City in the semi-finals was going to be a big one. They absolutely outplayed us. And then, you know, Liverpool, maybe you can accept that. But Burnley at home was the final nail in the coffin. And I think now Ed Woodward has to do something. But again, if he puts Pochettino in, for example, but doesn't get a sporting director, then we're back to square one with the same problems.
Well, Gary, here's the question. If Solskjaer stays at the club, and we don't know if that's going to happen, whether they're going to pull a trigger and actually fire him, do you trust his decisions in terms of bringing in new players, considering that they don't have a sporting director?
No, and that's a good point. That's exactly what I say. Sporting director is the first signing. Because with the sporting director, you can then say, is Pochettino the right guy? Maybe he's not. I mean, it sounds like he is the guy, but maybe he's not. You can bring in various players, and they might not suit the next manager, or they might not suit the style. So before Ed Woodward does anything else, he needs to separate himself from the football side, which for him has been a disaster, stick to what he's good at, which is the money, and bring in somebody to run the soccer side of things. Now, if that's Edwin van der Sar from Ajax or whoever, throw money at it, Ed Woodward, give whoever it is whatever money they want, get him in, and then decide who's the right manager for the job and if they want to get rid of Ole.
So obviously we're in the January transfer window, and some rumors have emerged of players that Manchester United are interested in picking up. Obviously, Erling Haaland was one. That ship has sailed. Carlos Tevez is the latest name to emerge. Maybe a loan deal until the end of the season due to Marcus Rashford being injured. You're laughing. Tell us your thoughts about that one.
I'm laughing firstly because you said Haaland. Haaland comes to Manchester, makes contact with us, is available. We can't do a deal, and he turns out possibly to be the most exciting young player in the world. They're coming to United, and we're still not signing them. And now in desperation, we turn to Carlos, who 10 years ago would have been a good signing. But what is he, 34? He's 35. Happily retiring, 35. He's got his farm in Argentina. You know, he's just relaxing on the weekends. Why does he want to come back and fight and scrap at that age? And I look at Barca. Who are they trying to get in desperation? Timo Werner? Not bad. Who are Atleti trying to get in desperation? Cavani? Not bad. Who are we trying to get? Carlos Tevez. Come on.
Well, they're also after Bruno Fernandes. That's been a bit of a saga. It started last summer. They didn't pull the trigger on his move. It seems like they may not pull the trigger on the move in January, considering that Sporting, according to Manchester United, are asking for too much money, $90 million US. Now, keep in mind that Harry Maguire moved for about $100 million US. Should they pull the trigger on the Portuguese midfielder, even if they think that they're overvaluing his price tag?
Oh, absolutely, if he's good enough. If they're determined that he's a really classy player, up there, with the top midfielders in the world, absolutely. And that's what PSG do when they want a player. Mbappe, what do you want? There it is. Neymar, you want double the world record? They will pay. United are the biggest club in the world with money. Eric, that they can pay to have you wear something different and have your hair styled every single day of your life for the rest of your life. And it wouldn't even appear on their budget. Seriously, I mean, they can spend what money they want. And here they are quibbling over 5 million here and there. I mean,
I'll remember you said that because you're a former player, so you get to pay for dinner every time we go out somewhere and drinks.
I just remember one thing. Back in my day, they weren't paying the money they are today.
This is true. Gary, we've talked about the rumors, but who would you like to see Manchester United pick up this window?
In terms of players,
Yes.
Other than Fernandes, I'm not sure who's available. I think they should wait till the end of the season and then go after big players and spend big money. If Koulibaly costs 100 million and he's still playing well, buy him. Don't argue over 10 million this way or that way. But before that, you need the manager, which I guess should be Pochettino. And before that, you need the sporting director. So if Pochettino doesn't work, the right players at the club for the right reasons for the next manager, and you have some consistency. Because our transfer record, starting with Fellaini after Ferguson left, has been an absolute disaster.
What a start, Fellaini. A lot of people in our comment section asking about Pogba. What would you do with the Paul Pogba situation?
If I got 100 million, I'd take it. I don't think he's the right character for United. He has played well in parts, but if he wants to be somewhere else and we can get our money back, great. That's another one of those signings where I wasn't sure it was worth the money, and I would love to recoup it. But from now on, we have to get the right players, the right reasons. We have to chase them, even if it takes us 2-3 years to get that player. Let's have some plan, because right now we want this player, then it's this one, then it's that one. We have no sort of proper strategy, and we're going nowhere.
Absolutely. Thank you as always for your time, Gary. Looking
There's
forward
the
to
badge.
see.
I'm still supporting them.
Oh, he's still celebrating his
Yeah,
jersey,
yeah.
which is a great
I
sign.
knew it,
The
I knew
red
it.
has come onto my shirt somehow.
Okay.
But thanks, Gary.